Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. And today, well, today's actually going to be a quick one. And I say that a lot, but today's probably going to actually be pretty quick. So I have the one Sledgehammer kit fully rebuilt and painted and ready to go. The white one is still over there in the box. Still trying to find some key parts that I really want to put on there and have on there when I get it rebuilt. So pacing myself on that one. We can come back to that one, but I did get the other one done. Unfortunately, since I got it done and I got out and took pictures of it outside, it rained that evening, and it's just been raining every night since. So I really don't want to take a brand new rebuilt, perfectly clean, immaculate truck out and get it wet and yucky. So no run footage right now. That's why this one's going to be a short one. This is just show and tell. But I hope you guys like the paint job. So if anybody remembers the ads in, RC Car Action or any of the RC car magazines back in the day, Traxxas had a really cool ad of like this view of the Sledgehammer. You never really got to see the front that I can remember. I never saw like the full, multi-angled pictures. It was just that rear corner shot with the flames and everything, and I absolutely loved it. So I had to recreate it. So I did my best to recreate the flames on the side of it to match what was in the catalog. The front, we just made those up. I had no idea what that actually was. Now, I did not have the hard plastic bumpers for the front or the rear of this. So basically, we just painted in some silver bumpers on the front and the back. It's good enough. It's not the way it's supposed to be, but it's good enough. And the roll bar, that is the this is the Midnight Pumpkin roll bar. The Cloudbuster roll bar looked fine on it, but it just looked a little too big, I guess. I don't know. The smaller, because the Traxxas one did not have lights on there, and just the smaller amount of lights on here seemed to look more fitting to me. So we went with the lunchbox, not the lunchbox, the Midnight Pumpkin roll bar in it, and it works fine. Basically, just drilled down through the body, regular screws and nuts holding the back one, and then the front actually had to put in some spacers to space it off. What I used was some of the leftover shock spacers from the Big Wig build. You get a whole ton of shock pistons in there, and they're the perfect 3mm size to go onto the screws. So I used a stack of, I think, 3 of the spare flat. I used 3. I used 2 on each side. They're the flat ones with like 4 holes in them. I'm not sure what kit they went with, but they weren't needed on that. And I'll probably never ever use them, and I probably have a dozen more in the spares bin over there. So use those as spacers, and it should help, with the wear and tear on it. Now, rolling over, it's going to stress it in here and crack it eventually. Gonna try not to roll it over much. That's the goal. But as far as the paint, everything's airbrushed. The stickers are the stickers. It's got the grill, the license plate, the Sledgehammer, but all the flames, all the licks are hand done. Blacked out the windows because in the picture it looked like the windows were blacked out, and I just painted the bed itself black as well. And speaking of paint, painted the rims, the aluminum spray paint. I think it's Rust-Oleum aluminum. I don't know. I'll put a picture of it here. But the wheels, they were chrome, but they were like a satin chrome, so they were never really super shiny. And the only chrome I could put on there, I was worried that both it was going to come off, and 2, it was going to be just too shiny. So went with the aluminum. I still have not done anything with the other ones. The other ones I've stripped the chrome off of. They're ready to be painted with something, whether it's a chrome paint or whether it's the aluminum paint. One of the two. They'll get painted that color. But this will get out and get run. Everything feels good on it, just like my old one used to. But yeah, I just don't want to get it disgustingly wet and nasty and have to re-clean the entire truck. So for right now, this is going to be it. I will get you guys some pictures at the end. So this is just the reveal of the truck. Later on, when it dries up, the rains stop, in a week or so. It looks like we got about another week of this, and it's going to be raining pretty much every evening with rolling thunderstorms coming through and stuff. So until then, you guys get up close pictures of it outside. I hope you guys like the paint job. It took a while. For the paint job, I actually cut out a flame window mask, and was able to use it to basically stick underneath the body, trace out the flames, and then I taped off everything, cut out the flames, and painted. And it took a while. It was the blue that I used on this. I'll put the picture of it up here. It was like a translucent blue, so no matter how many coats I put on, it just, you could see right through it. It looked like stained glass. But I got enough coats on there that once I backed it with like a very light gray, it looks good. It doesn't really have any pearlescence in it like I hoped it would, but it's a good looking deep bluish purple almost. But it fits the truck perfectly. It definitely has that cool monster truck look to it. Alright guys, I've rambled on enough. I'll leave you off with the pictures. Everybody out there, as always, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and we'll get this guy out soon for a run, hopefully. See ya.